Welcome back to my channel, everybody. This is the Shadow Sage, and today I will be coming to you with part 3 of What If Naruto Befriended Kurama as a Child. Let's get into it. We have to recap the last part, and that is part 2. In part 2, Team 7 met the Sand Trio, being Gaara, Kankuro, and Tamari, and they will be creeped out by Gaara and all. And Naruto will know that Gaara is Asian Cherokee because of Kurama telling him, and then they would go to the Chunin exams because Kakashi recommended them, and they would pass part 1 just like in canon, but this time Naruto gets most of the questions correct with Kurama's help. And then phase 2 of the Chunin exams was nearly identically, except in this canon Naruto also got a curse mark because Orochimaru wanted Naruto's power because he didn't know it was a Nine-Tails, so he was like, ooh, this could be a potential body as well as the Sharingan. Kurama heals Naruto and makes the first mark disappear, but Naruto also gets the 5-pronged seal, just like in canon. The rest of the exams go pretty much normally, except Naruto destroys Kiba easily in the prelims. And before we begin the third part, remember to subscribe and hit the like button, and if the video gets 5 likes, I will drop the next part. Now let's get started with part 3 of What If Naruto Befriended Kurama as a Child. Alright guys, now that the prelims are over, there is a 1-month training arc. And it just in canon, Kakashi will tell Naruto that he should train with Ebisu, and Naruto will obviously refuse just like in canon, and he will decide to train by himself. And what Naruto decides to do is he is going to go to a waterfall and meditate so he can talk to Kurama. And he goes to a waterfall to meditate, but now he realizes that he's having a lot of trouble entering his mindscape. And then he eventually gives up and decides to try another chakra control activity, which is walking on water, only to realize that he's having massive trouble with this as well. Afterwards, he hears a super perverted laugh coming from a bush nearby. And so Naruto decides to investigate what's going on, only to find an old man with spiky white hair and a massive nosebleed. And then Kurama warns Naruto that this is Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sani. And at first Naruto won't believe him, and he'll challenge this old man to a fight. Obviously Jiraiya will agree, and they square up, and Naruto tries to use his jutsu, but can't, and he's like, what the hell is going on? And obviously Jiraiya will recognize this, and he blitzes Naruto, and Naruto thinks he's about to attack, but Naruto can't even react to the Sani in speed. But instead of attacking, the old man lifts up his shirt, and what Jiraiya sees shocks him. What he sees is Minato's original seal is gone, and replaced with his arch-nemesis's handiwork, which is the 5-pronged seal. And he'll ask Naruto, hey kid, where's the original seal? And Naruto laughs innocently like, oh yeah, I undid that seal. And now Jiraiya's like, you did what? How are you not the Nine-Tails at this point? And then Naruto's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Me and the Nine-Tails are best friends, so you don't have to worry. Jiraiya's just in pure shock. He's like, this guy already befriended the infamous Nine-Tails? That's crazy. And at this point, Naruto's gotten a little bit anxious, and he's like, look old man, if you're so concerned about my seal, can you just undo this stupid 5-prong seal? I can't even control my chakra anymore. And Jiraiya's a little bit hesitant before he undoes the seal because he doesn't want his godson to turn into the Nine-Tails, but decides to anyways because the original seal is already gone and Naruto is fine. So he pulls his chakra into his 5 fingers and undoes the seal, and to his relief, his godson is still his godson. Now that the seal is officially gone, Jiraiya wants to test Naruto's true strength. And Naruto, of course, agrees, and inside his mind, Kurama's like, yo Naruto, you should definitely use my power. It might not look like it, but this man can kill you faster than you can say Databayo. So Naruto would start glowing a bright yellow, and Jiraiya will just be simply astonished, and he will feel the massive chakra coming out of Naruto. Then Jiraiya would decide that he has to go serious to combat the massive chakra coming from Naruto. They would be sparring for quite a bit, but eventually, Jiraiya was going to be overpowered by a 4-tailed Naruto, essentially, because during a time skip, he nearly died, or so he says, to a 4-tailed Naruto. And in this fight, he wasn't really going super hard on Naruto, but, he still takes Naruto on as a student, because he sees the massive potential that Naruto has to become something great. and so he will teach Naruto summoning jutsu. And since Naruto has a much higher chakra control in this timeline, and he also has a much higher chakra reserve, or the access to his naturally large chakra reserve. So after a few days of vigorous training, he's able to summon the Chief Toad, instead of it taking like the whole month. Obviously, Naruto is going to be able to stay on top of his head for the whole day, because he's much more skilled in this scenario, because he was able to last nearly the entire day in his canon counterpart. And so he officially becomes Gamabunta's henchman. And Naruto still has like most of the month left of this training arc, and Jiraiya sees even more potential in Naruto, maybe even more potential than Minato had, so he decides to teach Naruto the Rasengan. And now Naruto will train tirelessly to master this jutsu, and after about 2.5 weeks of blood, sweat, and tears, Naruto can officially do the Rasengan, because it took him an entire month to learn all 3 parts in canon. In this timeline, Naruto does not need a shadow clone to perform the Rasengan, because he obviously has higher chakra control. And now Jiraiya is insanely stunned at Naruto's growth and decides to leave Naruto to himself to study the Hyuga fighting style known as the Gentle Fist. And Naruto should have done this in canon, to be honest. And when Naruto is studying the Gentle Fist, he will see a particular jutsu which really catches his eye, and this jutsu is the 360-degree palm rotation. Naruto will think it's like super cool, because it's like the ultimate defense in his opinion. And since Naruto likes the jutsu so much, he's gonna decide to try and learn it himself. And after a while of him trying to learn it, he realizes that it's truly impossible because he does not possess the Byakugan. So Naruto will try to make his own variation of the jutsu, and what he comes up with is a mix between the 360-degree palm rotation and the wind-style gale palm that Boruto likes to implement a lot in the Boruto Next Generations. And after about 2.5 days of training, he doesn't fully master it, but he can do it around like 50% of the time. And it's not as effective as the normal palm rotation, but it is still pretty effective. And it also consumes a lot more chakra because it's changing chakra nature, but chakra consumption is not really Naruto's biggest fear, and he decides to name it the Wind-Style Gale Palm Rotation. And then the day of the final phase of the training exams arrives, and everyone is at the arena except for Sasuke and Dosu, because Dosu is dead obviously, so he can't be there. And then Genma instructs the 2 prodigies to line up for the first match. And so Naruto and Neji charge at each other when the match begins, and they get into a super heated taijutsu battle. And at the moment, Neji has the upper hand because he definitely has like more skill in straight up taijutsu due to his Gentle Fist training. And in the midst of the fight, Neji is able to find an opening in Naruto's defense and goes for his Tenketsu near his upper chest. And due to Naruto's training on the style of the Gentle Fist, he's able to recognize what Neji is trying to do, and he shifts his body just enough so that Neji misses the chakra point and hits his shoulder pretty hard. Naruto is knocked back by this strike, and when he's on the ground, Neji will say that it's his destiny to win, and he releases a 64 palm strike on Naruto, and Naruto realizes that he's literally screwed, and he decides that his only chance is to use his risky defense, which is the 360-degree Gale Palm rotation. And due to sheer luck, it actually worked, and this leaves everybody in the stands shocked, especially every single Hyuga that is in the stands. And they're like, what? How is this non-Hyuga doing the rotation? And the whole crowd goes silent, and Naruto says that he was destined to become a monster, while Neji was destined to serve the main branch of the Hyuga. And this is the point where Neji gets talked no jutsu'd by Naruto, and then they resume the fight, and Naruto charges up a Rasengan in his palm, which shocks every single person who knew the 4th Hokage, and they were like, holy crap, this guy knows the 4th Hokage's jutsu. And using his Byakugan, Neji can see that this jutsu is super powerful and has so much chakra in it, and he decides that he can't dodge it or block it, so the only possible thing that he can do is use the palm rotation. And There will be a massive clash between the Rasengan and the palm rotation, and in canon, Naruto was early imped by the QB chakra and was able to break through it with a kunai, so he will definitely be able to break through the palm rotation with a Rasengan. And Neji takes a Rasengan right to the chest, so he's basically done right there, and Naruto wins the fight. And the crowd is completely hyped after an intense fight like that, and the rest of the fights go completely the same, except Sasuke has trained a lot harder to catch up to Naruto in this timeline. He will get all his normal strength and speed amps just like in canon, but this time he will also train his chakra reserves tirelessly because that was the biggest gap between him and Naruto. And in canon, Sasuke could use his Chidori 2 times a day, but in this canon he'll be able to use it 3 times a day, but he'll also be able to use it a 4th time, but he will be like completely gassed after he uses it for the 4th time. Also, Kakashi is going to train his chakra reserves along with Sasuke because he sees this as an excellent opportunity to train his chakra reserves, because he could definitely realize that his chakra reserves were the weakest part of him as a shinobi. And yeah, let's be honest, it definitely was the weakest part of him. Like, if Kakashi had way higher chakra reserves, he would be like a literal god. And I'm not going to be giving him some kind of massive chakra amp, but in the original, he stated that he could use Chidori 4 times a day, but now he can use it 5 times a day, but 6th time really just like puts him in the hospital. He can do it, but like he's gone for a week, just like when he uses like Mangekyo or something like that. Also, along with the extra chakra training, Sasuke will go behind Kakashi's back to train the curse mark, so instead of being like completely paralyzed by the curse mark whenever it activates, just like in the Gaara fight, he'll be able to use it just like how he did in the fight against the Sound Gunny right when he woke up in the Forest of Death. So he'll be able to like harness its power and resist like the effects of like how it made him super angry and like violent and savage against the Sound Gunny. So when Sasuke gets to the arena, his fight with Gaara is going to go pretty much the same as in canon, because most of the imps I gave him in this timeline are going to help him with endurance in the later halves of his fight. And so Sasuke can go on to like injure Gaara as normal, making him bleed, which will like make Gaara go on a rampage just like in canon, kicking off the Konoha Crush arc. Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed that video, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if you really enjoyed it, you should share it with your friends, because they will probably also like the video too, helping it reach 5 likes even quicker. Remember to stay safe and have a great day. Shadow Sage signing off.